In this video, we are going to understand the concepts of position, velocity, and speed. What is the position? Position, it is the location of the object chosen to a reference point. موقع الجسم بالنسبة لنقطة مرجعية هو ده هيكون بداية البوزيشن. طيب, that we can consider to be the origin of a coordinate system. هو ده بيكون بداية نقطة الأصل. To find the position of any object, okay, to a reference point on the graph, okay. First, you have to put the graph in time on x-axis horizontally and x or displacement or distance on the y-axis horizontally. Okay. After that, put the points as the time intervals increasing in the arrangement in the ascending order. Like start from 0. So it will be 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and the same. And the time, you have the time in two directions. And you have the position or the distance in two directions. Okay, in positive, when the object distance goes far from you in front direction, and the distance in the y-axis on the negative direction, it moves in the opposite direction. Such as the object moves in two directions, right and left, east and west, or the object moves in horizontal direction, okay, north and south. Okay, so you have to find the direction to locate the object in its position. First, I have a table, okay, give you the object position as the time passes, okay, far from you and nearer to you. Okay, the reference point on the time axis. Okay, let's start. If the object in the first position, A, at 0 time before starting its motion, it was 30 meters far from you on the east direction. After that, or in the north direction, okay, so the object in the north direction, 30 centimeters far from the reference point. After that, it moves to another point B, which far from the reference point, 50 meters. Then it becomes closer to the reference point at point C, which at 40 meters from the reference point. Then it becomes nearer it comes back to the reference point at 0. So the distance from you from the reference point is 0 at the 30 seconds or after 30 seconds. After 40 seconds, it moves in the north direction, in the south direction, okay, and far from the reference point 40 meters and the position E. After that, it moves to the position F, which far 50 meters from the reference point, okay, after 50 seconds. So the graph will be from A to B, C, D, E, then F. You can connect the point to find the position from the reference point. So this is the position time graph. The displacement is different from distance. Why? If you cover distance in different directions, okay, like a car or you move, okay, in the north direction 30 meters, then to the west or to the east about 60 meters, and moved after that to the south direction in about 30 meters. So the total distance that the object covered is about 30 plus 60 plus 30 will be 120 meters. But what is the displacement? Displacement, it is the straight line. It will be the straight line or the length in the straight line from the starting point to the ending point in one direction. Okay, it will be now from point A to the last point D in a specific direction or one direction. Okay, it will be 60 meters in the east. So now you can find the difference between distance and displacement. دلوقتي احنا شفنا ان الاوبجكت اتحرك من point A then to B then to C then to D. الديستانس او التوتال ديستانس اوكي that's covered is 120 meters. اوكي يبقى احنا هنا لم نهتم بالدايركشن او ما اهتمتش بالاتجاه. Wherever the direction of the object we find the total distance. But if you want to find displacement it will be the length from the starting point to the ending point. هيكون طول المسافة من الستارتنج بوينت بتاعتنا او من first point A للending point D in a straight line in one direction. اوكي هتبقى في مسافة مستقيمة في اتجاه محدد. اوكي east west north whatever. Okay, so the displacement it is the change in the position from the starting point till the ending point. Starting point بنسميها او بنقول عليها initial position او الموضع الابتدائي XI, and the final point or the ending point we called it final position او الموضع النهائي وبنديها XF. يبقى معانا X it is the distance or displacement, XI it is initial position اللي هي الموضع الابتدائي, and XF it is the final position أو الموضع النهائي. يبقى straight line from the starting point XI to the last point XF it is the displacement in a specific direction. So if you want to find delta X, the difference in the position, difference in the position it will be maximum position that the object reaches it or final position minus the initial position. It will be delta X equal XF minus XI. Okay? But the distance of the object it is the length of the path followed by a particle. كل اللينث او كل المسافة اللي الاوبجكت اتحركها من the starting point to the ending point هتكون هي distance. It is very important question here. When the distance equal displacement, امتى المسافة distance equal displacement الازاحة. When the object moves from point A to another point B, cover 10 meters, okay, and stop after that. What happens now? Now the distance, it is the distance from A to B, it is 10 meters. What is displacement? It is the straight line from point A to point B in a specific direction. It is equal to 10 meters. So now you can find the magnitude or the value of distance. القيمة بتاعت distance أو displacement is the same. They have the same value. يبقى هنا distance equal displacement. المسافة بتاعتنا equal إزاحة. طب امتى أقول الكلام ده؟ When the object moves in a straight line in one direction. In a straight line in one direction. Okay? But if it moves in a straight line in two directions, go and come back to the middle of the position. راح ورجع لقبل الفيرست position. هنا as the object moves in two directions the distance not equal displacement, because if the object moves in the first direction 100 meters and they come back 30 meters, now the total displacement, the total distance, it will be 100 plus 30, it will be 130 meters. But displacement, it will be 100 minus 30 from the starting point A to the final point C. Okay, so if the object moves in two directions, okay, on the same line, you have to make a subtract between them to find the difference between two directions. After that, the velocity. Velocity, it is the speed of the object, but in a specific direction. So, speed أو السرعة ليها نوعين. Velocity and speed. Velocity has magnitude قيمة and direction اتجاه. لكن speed has magnitude only. So what is the velocity of the object? It is the change in its displacement, okay, by it at a unit time or divided by the time taken during this movement. Okay, its equation, it will be Vx equal delta x divided by delta t, and delta x, it is the change in displacement divided by the time taken to cover this distance. السبيد هنا او الفيلوسيتي هنا السرعه المتجهه او التي لها اتجاه تبقى ال v equal delta x of the change in displacement divided by the time. Units of measuring velocity, it is the same unit of measuring speed because displacement and distance are the same unit or have the same unit. Okay, وحدة قياس السرعة واحدة ما بتتغيرش ايا كان المسافة او الازاحة الاثنين measured in meter. So V equal delta x it is the length divided by the time, it is divided by t is the time. So the measuring unit of velocity is length divided by time equals meters per second. Okay, so now you can find the unit of measuring velocity, meter per second. The speed, it is the total distance traveled divided by the total time that taken during the movement. Okay, it doesn't care about direction. ليس لها علاقة بالاتجاه. أهم حاجة أو أهم شيء عندي هو المسافة المقطوعة. هل هي whatever its direction. ما بيهمنيش الاتجاه. So the average speed, it will be the total distance divided by the total time. Now you know the difference between position, velocity, and speed, and how to find each of them. The unit of speed is the same, the unit of velocity, because the difference between them that speed has no direction, but velocity has a direction. Thank you and see you in the next video.